What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Keeta today, KTA USD. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Yesterday's video, I feel like, aged pretty well, right? We were at like 20 cents, 22 cents, and talking about literally going right up to this area. I want to show you guys something real quick, okay? I want to show you guys something real quick. It's a simple way of looking at a chart. It's not like anything in TA. It's not perfect. It's just an idea. This is something I noticed in my early days of TA when I was pattern seeking and just identifying charts and really didn't know much about what was going on. And still, I think I found something. I found something that I still use even in today's analysis, and that was actually a pinprick, a pinpoint in what helped me identify this area as a potential point of interest to sell, to find some resistance. Bear with me. You kind of have to use your eyeballs, okay? And you have to be real with yourself. You can't cherry pick. You cherry pick anything in TA, you're getting screwed. It's not good for you. Don't do it, okay? You look at this consolidation phase. Let's get rid of this here, okay? Nope. No, come on. We're trying to get you over here. You look at this consolidation phase for what it is. We don't know that we're going down yet. And you can see right here, like right there, you can see it, right? There's like this little, it's like there's and maybe if I zoom out more, it's even more obvious. It's like there's a little nipple right there. Can you see it? Right, if you're looking at it like this as a channel, you're not going to see it. Look at it for what it is, for what this is, an overall consolidation range, and here you're actually breaking out of it, okay? This little nipple right here, can you see it? Do you see it there? Let me show you another example in case it's hard to see. But like you can see, I feel like easier to see here. I was trying to make it less easy for you so that way you can like use your eyeballs and see in advance. But do you see the little point of interest right there? Do you see how the price found resistance basically right there? Let's see if we can find another one real quick, maybe in Bitcoin. I bet we can really easily right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where we found a low here. Let's see. Kind of right there. How about this right here? Right here, you can see that one, right? You see that one right there? Where did we find resistance? Oh, just below that line. Oh, right at this line. We did break through it inevitably. Where did we find support? Oh, just above this line. You see how there's like some significance there? And again, be flexible. It's not super rigid. Nothing in TA, I mean, a lot of things are in TA, but sometimes there are flexibilities. This, if you just sold in this general area, if you just bought in this general area, you did well for yourself. You did pretty well for yourself. Let's see if we can find another one real quick. One that's like stands out. I mean, right here, that's kind of obvious, right? It's a little bit lesser, it's kind of uglier, but still, you found resistance right there. You did break through it inevitably, but that was a very tradable situation right there. Here was one, and you didn't show any respect to it. You just blasted right through it. But, and yeah, later you didn't even find support on it. So it's not always perfect, right? Here was one, probably right here. And again, no respect there. So it's not always perfect. Here's one over here. And look at that. You found resistance right in this area. We put a line right there, right at where that nipple is. Boom. You're finding resistance. So it's just something that I've noticed. And again, like anything in TA, nothing is perfect. But you use it in conjecture with a bunch of different things, and hopefully it helps you get a little bit more of an idea of what's going on. We take this high to this low, and what else happens to be right there at that nipple? The golden ratio zone. It's perfect, right? It's literally perfect. That right there sold me, right there. So just a little trick to the trade, if you will. Here we are at about 17.8 cents now. Wicked dump, wicked pump, you guys. Absolutely phenomenal. It was great. We did see a little pump, let's see here, from the lows on the 27th of March to the 31st there, not but 4 days later, 93% pump. Absolutely fantastic. Visa, right? All these things. Great. That's great. You guys ever hear buy the rumor, sell the news? I don't care if it's Visa, right? They partnered with Visa. I made a post about this on Zebek, talking about Zebek when they partnered with Solana. Partnerships don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. I like to refer to a coin called credits. No offense to credits. No offense to the boys, the whoever they are. They're Russian gentlemen who have made credits, and I think it's still around. Even it might do really well. Credits validated. They had different auditors validate that they did like 1 million transactions per second, and they were the first people to ever validate that in crypto, in human history ever. Have you ever heard of Credits? They partnered with IBM. Yes, one of the largest companies in the world. Have you ever heard of Credits? They partnered with IBM. Partnerships don't mean anything. And I learned this the hard way with Credits because, and it's not that they don't necessarily mean anything, there's some significance there. If Keeta partnered with Amazon, that'd be a big deal. But again, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Partnerships with company to company don't mean anything. Mergers mean something. Okay, that means something. Acquisition means something. But partnerships is just like, hey, I like you, let's do business together. That doesn't mean that your ship is gonna sink or float depending on the other business. You're not conjoined at the hip. That's what a merger is. Mergers are a big deal. But anyways, like when Matic and Polygon first merged, right? That was a merger. They didn't partner, they merged. That was a big deal. Anyway, 17.9 cents now. We've seen a drop overall that was 38%. I'm only making this point because I had a lot of people. I feel like I made a pretty good call at the top here. I got lucky. You're lucky anytime that you call the absolute top, right? Getting around the top is a good call, but getting the absolute pinprick, you're lucky. And I got lucky. I literally made the call literally right at the top, which is nice. It was in the area that we expected. I saw it at the right time. Cool. But there are a lot of people who are saying, you're stupid. Aren't you aware of the news? The news that came out, the partnership? I'm like, you are telling me right now that you don't know what is going on, that you're a new investor, and that's okay, but don't call me stupid. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I've gotten excited about all this stuff before. I got really excited about Credits partnering with IBM. Have you ever heard of Credits? Besides me talking about it in this exact format, have you ever heard of Credits? I've been through this before, man. Credits made partnerships every week. It didn't matter. It didn't help. Have you ever heard of them? Keeta is a lot better. There's a lot more going for this project. I don't think that the fact that you've sold off means anything. I mean, hell, you've sold off so much. This news is still good. There's still a fundamental play, right? This is a good time to buy, if anything. And I said that yesterday. I said, for the long haul, 22 cents. Well, we were at like 22 cents. I was like, for the long haul, it's still a good time to buy. But we're looking at this on the Coinbase chart. Let's go. If it'll load, it will load. We just got to be patient. I don't know why. It's taking its time. I just need to have it preloaded on the Coinbase chart. Let's see if maybe a different tab works. Sometimes that's just how it is. Yeah. We don't need to waste our time. Oh, now you want to work. Okay. Try it now. I'm okay. Thank you, though. You keep asking. I keep saying I'm good. But anyways, Coinbase chart. Another little trick to the trade here is if you look at the Coinbase chart, not always, it's more of a superstition than it is actual analysis, but you look at the Coinbase chart on the 1 hour and all good things come to an end. I'm sure this little hack will get discovered soon enough, especially as the channel grows, especially as more people catch on. You look at the 1 hour time frame here on Coinbase. What happened to the gaps? Oh, there's a gap right there. Yeah, we filled that gap. As soon as we filled that gap, boom, we moved up. Beautiful. That also came in line with a golden ratio retracement. We'll get into that. There's a bunch of gaps down here. There's a gap there. There's a gap all the way down here below 15 cents. So again, yesterday when we were at 22 cents, I was saying you can buy here for the long term, but just be prepared over the coming month or months. We'll probably return to prices that are below 15 cents. Even with this massive announcement, even with that, we could still, my friends, see lower lows than what we had here in the middle of March. Okay, we absolutely could. And Keeta's just as bullish there, okay? It's just as bullish. We found resistance. There was a lot of selling pressure right there, okay? This reaction, if we didn't have such a harsh reaction, I might be more bullish than I am now. We absolutely can retrace a little bit, but I don't think that this move carries on too much more. I don't think that we're going to 30 cents. I think that that's out the window at this point, okay? Looking at this here, from the relative low to the relative high, we bounced right off the golden ratio zone. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. You couldn't have done it better if you tried. That was perfect. And now you're finding resistance perfectly right at the 0.5. It's very common to go from the golden ratio to the 0.5 and then lower. Golden ratio to the 382 and then lower. Something in this area and then lower. You can even go up to the 236 and still work your way lower. But typically when you get above the 382, that's when you start to look for extensions upwards. But time will tell. We'll see how that goes. I wouldn't be surprised if we found resistance here and we started moving down. I do want to look at the Coinbase chart because we have a little volume. First off, massive volume at the top. Both at the top selling, buying, and then selling here on this next candle. A lot of volume. Not a whole lot of volume here, but volume did pick up. It did pick up as we were moving down. We had a little volume pick up as we moved up here, but all we're doing is finding resistance at prior support, and at the zero point 0.5 fib retracement. That doesn't get me excited. Right at the 236. That's bearish, guys. That's bearish. If we come back down here, that's bearish. And with all the excitement that's going on, I wouldn't be surprised if that continued. Now, we do have bullish divergence on the MACD, but we've already seen that move up. The RSI now has higher highs. The stochastics have higher highs. We have lower highs here. That's hidden bearish divergence. So lower is my expectation. Even if we go higher, it's still lower, right? Still lower. 4-hour time frame looking at this. I'm assuming a lot of you right now, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I know how this goes. I've been in your shoes before. So I know exactly how this is going to be received. You're going to think I'm dumb. You're going to think I'm lying. You're going to think I just hate Keeta. No, I don't. I love this project. I think it's great. I think the leadership is awesome. I think they've got a lot of good things going for them. And in the long term, hear me now. If you think I hate Keeta, we're at 17.5 cents. This is a great place to buy. If for the long term, it is. It really is. We're probably going to drop below 15 cents with that being said, but it's a great place to buy for the long term. This thing will be worth over $100 at some point. It'll be worth over $100 at some point. If not over 100, pretty damn close to it, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in this next cycle, within the next 4 years, this thing saw a $100 price or higher. I wouldn't be surprised. So, no, I don't hate Keeta at all. But I do believe we're going to go lower. I absolutely do. And everybody who bought here in this time frame after the news came out, if you're waiting on the price to come back up or waiting on gains and you believe that's going to happen, I'm just here to tell you that maybe you'll get a chance. Maybe you'll get a chance to sell a secondary sell, a lower high. But higher prices, if it's not obvious that it's delusional now, I mean, this is what they call a pump and dump, boys. That's what it is. As a pump and dump, that is a rejection off of a very obvious rejection zone where the golden ratio was from the relative high to low, right? It's very, very obvious. We're finding support a little bit here. I don't think it's enough, man. I don't think it's enough. I think all the FOMO buyers were here. They're not here. Now you got people who are in the red who are willing to sell. That's what I think it is. Sell for a loss, sell for the pain. You're gonna watch, man. There's gonna be other cryptos that are pumping while this thing's dumping, and that's going to incentivize the same people who bought this coin at the top. They probably sold their coins that were dumping and at the lows for this coin here, and now that it's here dumping, they're going to do the same thing again. They're going to wait. They're going to get distracted by another coin that's pumping. They're going to sell this coin at the lows and buy the highs of another coin. We've all been there. We've all been there. You know what I'm talking about, especially if you're new. 4-hour time frame. The RSI, very deep, very strong. This was inevitable. It was inevitable. I wouldn't have expected it to be like this. It's pretty crazy, but still, it was inevitable. We could come back up. Maybe you find resistance. Maybe you get overbought and you get some bearish divergence. Maybe you get back up there. I don't think so, though. The stochastics are bearish. MACD is bullish. The RSI is technically even bullish still, but I'm on the 1 hour. I'm convinced that we're going to move lower. Daily time frame, we've moved down. We have moved down. The stochastics are right at an area that we've been rejecting, over the past couple of months here. The MACD is very bearish overall, actually, and the RSI, as bullish as it might look right here, you have a higher high than any of these highs, and really you have a lower high in the price. It's hidden bearish divergence. None of this is good, guys. None of this is good. This is not how an asset that wants to continue to grow performs. This is how an asset that pumps on the news and dumps on the news, a little sell the news event, this is exactly how it performs. Anything can happen, and I'm willing to change my stance here. This is what I'll give you, all right? I'll change my stance on Keeta going back to this 30-cent area or higher if we can close above 24.6 cents on a daily basis, which doesn't really help, right? We're at 17.5 cents now. But understand what I'm saying there is we could go up to 21 cents, we're still going lower. We could go up to 24 cents, we're still going lower. Until we get a day to close above 24.6 cents, I maintain that stance that we're going to go below 15 cents at least. If not, probably below this low, especially with this reaction. We probably do go below 12 cents. Probably. I think what's happening here, guys, is we're in an accumulative phase, okay? Accumulative phases, typically what happens is you'll get the dump, you'll get the sideways boringness, and this is actually really short. You'll get the random pump in the middle, and then you continue to be sideways boring. You might even get a lower low, sideways boring, and then eventually as time goes on, then you come up. You shake out the weak hands, you give the smart money a chance to buy in, they do buy in, and then boom, then the real rally comes. And maybe by the end of May, or sorry, maybe by the end of April, we're back above this high. We could go below these lows. We could go below these lows, go below 15 cents, go below even 12.4 cents here, and still be back above these highs by the end of the month. It could happen. Maybe it takes longer. That could happen too. Just some thoughts I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had fun. You know, anybody who took the opportunity to buy whenever I was really screaming at the top of my lungs to buy down here, you're still in a good position to make a decision. You're in what's called a position of strength here. If you want to hold, cool. You know, maybe you give a little bit back, whatever. You can buy more below where you bought. There's nothing wrong with that. You know where it's going to go inevitably. But if you want to take profits and hold that out for something else, that's up to you. None of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing my thoughts out loud. Do with it what you will. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.